Hello and welcome back to my channel. I-DLE has a new pre-release out called Allergy. This is a precursor to their upcoming album that they've got coming out. So excited for this. Every new I-DLE release is kind of like, I don't know, they seem to really put out those statement pieces each year. Like even if the title track doesn't become something I listen to like very repeatedly, which I'd say maybe their last two releases kind of were for me, they've always got a really solid message and great, well thought out concept around it all. I've got to say that they probably have some of the best, well realized concepts. And when people talk about concept chameleons and groups that do lots of different stuff, they clearly come to mind. I mean, look at something like Hwa and then look at something like Oh My God, compare that to Nude, like so vastly different from each other, and I love that. It all comes from the mind of Soyeon, of course. This one seemingly seems to be, from a lot of the teasers they put out, going into that Y2K vein again, but less of maybe the like very idealistic kind of flowery look at it that a lot of groups have done, to where it's really looked back as like pure aesthetic and more timepiece. Like it feels a bit more well realized, I guess. And we have some of that here from what I've seen from Allergy. We've been checking out their kind of precursor series that they've done too, called Up to I-DLE, over on Patreon. And that's been a bunch of fun, just seeing more of their interactions. And I as well want to check out Minnie on Lee Moojin service as well, because as you know, she has one of my absolute favorite voices in all of K-pop. So let's get into it. Allergy from I-DLE. Let's go. Oh. Hello, pop punk guitar. They had a Victoria's Secret? I already know what this is going to be about. Oh. Oh my God, Miyeon's voice. Definitely going for the pop punk vibe. Emphasis on pop. Sure, what? What are you doing? The nude era changed her. I don't know what. She thinks she's still in it. We need to pull her out. Pull her out. Whoa! Love that bit of vocal fry from Soyeon. Oh, Miyeon is killing it. Hey. Wow, this chorus is so nostalgic. Okay. Well, this is very 80s. I'm fine with it. The Hello Kitty. Oh! Hold on. Don't.
Take a deep breath. You'll slowly fall asleep.
It's hard to fully really enjoy this because... Wait, what? Wait, what? It totally... This must cut short. This video must cut short. What was that ending here? Oh, I mean, I guess it could. A lot of... A lot of punk songs really cut short.
When you wake up, you'll be a queen.
You know, it was somewhat like hard to fully like just get into this and really love seeing them again and how good this song is, because it is a bit of a downer, kind of a dark subject matter that they're tackling here. We're gonna roll this back and definitely talk about that, and I think some of it really does mesh a little bit with the Fuck My Life video that I checked out yesterday from 17 in some ways. I think dealing with a lot of the social media aspects of this whole concept. So let's roll it back and check this one out over again. So right off the bat, we know that this very much is about self-image issues, and more specifically self-image issues as you're growing up, seemingly through maybe high school years, specifically in this video from what you see. Let's go. Oh, and also, man, really referring to just those 2000s teen movies where it was always necessary to have some kind of makeover scene for the geek girl, and that always just resulted in her putting her hair down and taking her glasses off. You know, very Clark Kent in some ways, and then suddenly she was beautiful. Let's go. That's what a lot is this referring to. I never got a phone until I was like 17. The lacking of followers. Now their looks here actually really remind me of like the Japanese Y2K, like Harajuku type stuff, like rather than an Americanized thing. I think it's mostly kind of their hair being up like that. Am I the only one without a Chanel? That too. It's like exactly what I described in the 17 video of always just reflecting on your peers and thinking that you need to be something more than you are based off of the best appearance that they're putting on display. You don't know really what's going on. They could be, you know, they have all their own problems, but they're only giving you the slice of life that they want you to see. That's not their whole deal. That line hits hard too. That's funny and dark. Oh, Mian carries so much emotion in her voice. Mirror allergy. Okay, I wasn't catching that at first. That's where the name is coming from. Not wanting to look at yourself in the mirror kind of deal. And you know what? The irony is not lost on me that this is coming from the K-pop industry. Like, yes, I understand probably a brainchild from Soyeon, and she has much better intentions than the corporate arm does in K-pop. But man, if there isn't like an institution that probably makes... I mean, I can't. I was never like super a hardcore fan as a teenager into K-pop. I dabbled here and there. But I can't imagine what it's like for some younger people seeing everything you do in K-pop and not having self-image issues. It's difficult. So yes, that irony is absolutely not lost on me whatsoever. This is a problem. Hype boy. Hey, these lyrics are like really grounded and well thought out. Shua needs to just calm down though. I mean, Korea is the plastic surgery capital of the world, yes? I mean, no one does it better than they do. And I mean, I don't have numbers. I don't know, but I have to imagine that plenty of idols due to wanting to compete with those around you, and also probably from pressure from companies, have gone under the knife plenty. Like that has to be very common, I would think. Oh, I really dig this. This really gives me nostalgia. This little vocal fry drawl from Soyeon as an outro here reminds me, I don't know, like what pop punk group I'm thinking of specifically. Something a bit more maybe like modern, like late 2010s group. But man, it gives me a lot of nostalgia. Please give me a like button. Yeah, Minnie is the one that she wants to be here. Now she's done everything she can to look exactly like her. That's actually Myeon's Instagram. Wow, she looks so good though. Oh, these still life scenes are so cool. Oh, and we really do just love a upbeat, like an upbeat, depressing song. Something melancholic like this, where it sounds so happy, but there's such a dark underbelly to this song. I really love stuff like that. Follow Minnie's workout routine. Do you want a beautiful body? I mean, if Minnie was a fitness instructor, I would be ripped. No, I wouldn't. Is this supposed to be like her? I don't know if this is supposed to be her sending a message to herself. Oh yeah. I mean, the song is great. The song is excellent.
You'll slowly fall asleep.
And I'm wondering if this is...
Wake up, you will be a queen.
Queen card. I'm wondering if this is going to be foreshadowing into what the main concept for the title track is going to be. I didn't look at the track listing of the album. Is Queen Card a song on there? They might have another like track video or music video coming up. I'm not too sure because 515 is the actual release of the album. But man, like so well thought out. They always kill it. Great song, great video. Love the message, even though it's coming from that's hard to also just kind of divide those lines in that it's coming from the K-pop industry, and I couldn't really think of one that is more a kind of at fault for these rules here or this kind of sentiment that they're putting forward. But it also comes from, you would expect this coming from Soyeon, an actual person's critiquing in it, and it's the same thing of like you could be within a society as well as critique it kind of deal, and that's what she's doing here. And someone's got to do it. But what do you guys think of this release? I personally love it. I'm hoping that they have more track videos. I really love the trend of just more groups putting out track videos for their B-sides, because B-sides in K-pop just don't get enough exposure. There's some fans that only listen to title tracks and are missing out on so much great music from a lot of these groups, I-DLE being one of them. So I really hope that they do prop up some of those or even do some special performances for them. As I mentioned before, we're checking out Up to I-DLE over on Patreon. We've got maybe 3 or 4 episodes of that out right now. And I really want to dive into that mini Limujin service, as I had mentioned. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking this out with me. Let me know what you think of this. And maybe if you are a younger fan, I kind of would love to know your take on it. I mean, being a guy, I would say it's a bit different, but at the same time, like the same stuff happens. The same stuff. I mean, look at any of the male artists in the K-pop industry. Like, they're all very fit. It's just a different kind of gaze on the other side of the fence, But it is different when, me having just entered their 30s just feels very different about this whole thing, as if you were maybe a bit more impressionable and insecure or just unsure about yourself as you're growing up in your teens. I would love to know your take on that. So thank you so much for watching with me. Subscribe if you are new. Check out my idol playlist down below, and I will see you guys next time.